the other game that I chose is a little on the nose because we speak about it all the time. Is Tony Hawk's 2. It was, I feel like, as a cultural moment, we had Tony Hawk's, and I didn't choose it the last time because it was there. But Tony Hawk's 2 for me was the one that stepped up and went across the board. It taught us about rock music. It taught us about fashion of a different world. It taught us about skateboarding. Blunt. I feel like Blunt magazine exists
Because of Tony
because
Hawk.
of Tony Hawk's.
Definitely, yeah.
Like everything that we had in that time period of Blink and all that stuff is from
Tony Hawk's.
like inspired by it and motivated from Tony Hawk's.
So I also chose Tony Hawk's 2 as like my game of the year. And it's for that same reason, but it was also like the way we played those games together. Also, it felt like you're competing, but you never felt like you were like losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
always
like
having
a
fun.
challenge was like a proper challenge and you could go out swinging. But it also, again, the whole culture changed. Like I started skating, we watched Jackass, all of that. The music changed, everything. Like, it
Yeah,
started,
Jackass. I feel like Jackass was also part
Part
of
of that
their
culture.
fame is from what?
Love Jackass. Yo, it's
No,
the,
no,
it's the,
no,
the
no.
greatest.
it like influenced like our culture as a whole growing up, which is wild if you think about it. Like our game impacted you.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
we were doing that thing like what game is life changing. It's actually Tony Hawk's if
Yeah.
you think about it.
in every sense, yeah, it got us out. It also got us off the game also. That's
Yeah.
how good it was. They were like, yo, go skate in real life, but you're going to come back also.
Yeah.
Go do the stuff, they come back.
Did you guys ever go skateboard at Boogaloo's in Canal Walk?
Yes, and I fell
Oh,
on my bed.
So hard. I could not skateboard at all.
Hey,
But I wanted to because of Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Like, and I think all of us.
I think I
think-
dropped in once and then I was like, I'm going to go.
it's that like you have all that confidence the first time, then you do it, you're like, oh, this is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not just
I can get hurt.
it's not just X and circle. I must do other
Yeah.
things.
Like if I balang audio.
And it's such a sign of the times now. It's like a metaphor for growing up that now where Boogaloo's in Canal Walk is a Mr. Price home.
Wow, that's
Oh, was it there?
When you walk into a Mr. Price
Yeah.
home, that's
Yo.
where we used to fall in our mood all the time, where
So-
the carpet section is now.
so that space is basically things that we loved because it was Boogaloo's and now it's Mr. Price.
Exactly.
I walk into Mr. Price, I get excited. I
100%.
see a good
Is
cut.
that,
I go,
is that
yeah.
why I get a pain in my ankles
Yeah.
and my knees when I walk in there?
Throwback Thursday.
It's like, oh, yes, you know what was here. But it's wild. Like, we actually, like, adopted the culture of skating. And, like,
Yeah,
but the game was great. Like, every
Such a-
skater had, like, their own, like, style to them. And, like, they all had their own specials and stuff. And we all thought we could pull off.
Quickly, off the top of your head, who was your favorite skater on the game?
Rodney Mullen.
yeah.
Rodney Mullen.
Same, literally same. Like,
Rodney Mullen.
the best.
Then the other after that was Bob Bunk because he wore specs and representation matters.
I feel it was like an act of rebellion to not choose Tony Hawk.
Tony was boring in the game. Like,
Yeah.
he looked boring in the game.
Even in real life, I feel like he's boring. As cool as he is as a person, I go, yeah, you're boring. Like this,
Please don't hate us, Tony Hawk's. Please sponsor us.
and then
I just love Rodney in general. Like I always watch it. Like whenever I can
He's-
find interviews of him, like he's like his TED talk was super cool.
yeah,
But also
He's
just
very, like, out there and show.
He's like
He-
he's a genius.
he
Man.
defies physics. It's mad how he can, and I would say he's the reason why the coolest feature between 1 and 2 came out, which is the manuals to extend your combos and stuff like that.
yeah.
The best part of the game, in my opinion, because whenever I go back to Tony Hawk's 1 on the PS1, I'm like, I can't manual. It's so frustrating. Like,
Yeah.
but now in Tony Hawk's 2, it just perfected
He
the
also
gameplay.
invented the kickflip.
Really?
Yeah.
I
He
didn't know
invented
that.
like most of the
Most-
like a
moves.
lot of-
Flatland and flip tricks is
most
because of him.
flatland moves he created. Yeah.
So, like,
Dark Slide.
Wow. Yeah, Dark Slide,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's so many that you can go through that he's actually the
He's the
start
guy
of.
who was, like, pioneering the crazy stuff.
And then if not him, it's because of him in terms of people would see him and then do variations from what he was doing.
Because a lot of the other
Amazing.
skaters were skating vert at the time. So
Yeah.
they were doing ramps and stuff. That's why, like, Tony Hawk's is more like a vert skater.
Yeah.
But Rodney was doing stuff in the streets, like, for the people.
Also, he was just doing stuff like not even in the street, like just a small piece of flatland. He would just be.
I'm just going to go do stuff.
performing there.
And he's still doing it. Like, he's in his 50s now, I think.
Yeah.
I still watch videos of him today, and he's still killing it.
And then also because of Tony Hawk, there was also the skate videos that came with it. That essentially started building up, or like in my world where we used to, you know how like there's discs and hard drives with we used to get skate videos like that.
Yeah.
Same with the stand-up specials that we used to move around.
Like that almost DVD with Rodney versus Day One song,
Yo,
where they were just
classic.
doing mad stuff.
Then,
If you watch that now, it's still like the quality is obviously bad, but it's still mind blowing.
And there was the Ultimate X or so, which was like the whole event, and that used to have its own videos, and that was everything. So that was
Travis
motocross.
Pastrana. Yeah.
Yeah, that was motocross. It was BMX, all of that.
And then there was an IMAX movie with
Yeah,
They
that's
did
Ultimate
yeah.
X.
They did also X Games 3D. You could watch. I remember it came out like I went to watch it with my sister. I was mad to watch because they're on the ramp and then like you literally feel like
It's coming through.
Amazing.
What?
Tony used to iconic on.
And here's the
levels
wild
and
thing. I
levels
think
and
it was like the best-selling action sports game of all time, still to this
Easy,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, also there was a video where he spoke about how much money he made.
Yeah, and royalties up to until 3 made like $4 million, which is like a ludicrous amount of money for royalties.
So how much money did the game make if they gave him that
4
much?
million for like the first
Yeah.
3 games only.
But then also, he was also just because if he was doing that with the game, what was he doing also to the sport? So you go any brand like Birdhouse and anyone that was sponsoring was all giving him his own bag. Then also X Games could not have him also on the thing. So I feel like
But he made the sport like popular because
Yeah.
of the games. Like you can't deny
I
that.
also feel like Dave Murray
Dave Murray, rest
also
in peace.
exists because
Rest in
of
peace.
Tony Hawk's. Also.
Easily,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Dave
Tony
Murray,
Hawk-
Matt
yeah.
Hoffman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly Slater surfing, which was cock, but
they tried.
yeah.
Before we move on, I want to say shout out to the movie Grind.
Best.
I still watch that movie at least like twice a year. I love that movie so
Oh,
much.
man.
So
That-
bad
that's a
and so
memory
cheesy,
unlocked.
I love
but-
that movie
but it's
so
good.
much.
Went
Yo.
like some of the Jackass guys in there. I think.
Bam is the bad guy.
Oh yeah, but also I think like Wee Man's in there for
Wee
a
Man
second.
is in there.
Aaron McGee.
Yeah, yo.
And then also there's a few skaters also that's in there that's from the Tony Hawk's.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna go download and watch that
Yo,
this
that
weekend.
movie.
That's a good idea.
so good. But so bad.